Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. His fourth touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Ready. 10-2 start.
I got you.
Snap.
This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. It's a foot race. The 30, 10, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
Black 5! Hey, alert!
You can't block me.
Black is right!
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's He's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
180. Check 554. 954.
Man, I got you.
He'll pitch it back. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Snickers. 64. Weak.
The first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
180.
They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Like 20. 51. Snickers. 66. 44.
51 at the mic. Here we go, D.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Boswell's kick is good. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Joe Mixon, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Bravo.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
He'll look to throw. And able to find Green. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. And give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Ready? Hey, Sam off. Get it.
Now it's Mixon running right. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a a 2nd and 2. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
A quick throw now complete to Ross. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Through one quarter, 9-7 our score.
Set, ready? 60 or.
Back to you. I'm going.
Recon, 132 fighter.
You got tape. You got
Big Rivers.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now they run with Mixon. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
They toss to Mixon. Oh, able to avoid him. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, check my 50. Mike is a 50. Check my 50.
2nd and 9 now. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down.
Let's go. Mike's 4-2. Mike's 4-2.
Looking to throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Got a man open. It's Ross. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
I'm scared. Switch.
Mixon. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And the Bengals on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw here. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. That drive just seemed to go for an eternity. I could kind of hear our sponsors saying, hey, we need to get our product pushed here. But then it ends in a field goal.
Yeah, how about that? Not enough time for product placement, but plenty of time to get 3 points out of the deal. I know that the guys on defense, though, they wanted to get those products out there. They wanted to stop that drive, just weren't able to do so.
Come on now, let's go.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Ready?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Quarter.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. Here's Roethlisberger. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
Back to the ground, this time Lynch. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They come out here in the I. Second and goal from inside the 5. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's third and goal. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's third and goal. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Marshawn Lynch hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. At a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Open man is Howard, the tight end. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with him. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's Mixon. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
50, Mike 50. Let's go. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Here we go, here we go.
5, 5.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Green brings it in. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy. On 1st down, Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Check 42's the mic. Check 42's the mic. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Hey, exit.
Here we go, here we go.
Now.
They'll set up a throw. He's got the first down and more past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a carry for Bernard. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
And the blitz does come. Open man is Ross, complete. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them.
Through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Marshawn Lynch with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Bengals 13.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
25-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check, 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 check. Check 3. Let's go.
Here's Bernard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Second and 2. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys were sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's got the 1st down. Yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll look to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up third down.
No gain on the play. It's now third down and long.
The Bengals on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This will be 3rd and 19. He'll drop to throw. And that's complete. It's Green here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. They'll run here with Mixon. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The Bengals on third down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now a give right side. Bernard. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Brings up 2nd
Hey, Haywood!
at the 24-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to have the hook up to Ross. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Bernard. A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Again, here's Bernard. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Now back to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They come out here in the eye. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run with Mixon. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
31 yards there and a first down. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Here we go. 2:30. 54. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
This is Lynch. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. He'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And he's got room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go do the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Lynch. DJ Reader there on the tackle. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game.
At the Bengals' 42-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Right, 54. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. That's caught by Howard. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Steelers.
All right, now.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. First down, the run with Lynch. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get them a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run. and just lost track, and it cost him.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down.
A gain of 4 yards. It's now
Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on fourth. They'll try and run for it. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on fourth down. And the Bengals will get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on fourth down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all. Honey, y'all, dash, honey, y'all, dash, honey, y'all, dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damagers. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky.